Today I'm going to show you how I built my super huge granite inlaid solid wood desk. Each of these chunks right here are pieces of granite that I got for free from a counter shop that was just throwing them away. The legs are made of piping, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as well. So here's where I'm at so far. I'm making a giant 7-foot long granite inlaid desk. I got these 3/4 inch thick ones just because it'll take less wood out of the desk. I have some thicker pieces of granite, but when you're taking that much wood out of the total desk space, it's going to leave it pretty structurally unsound. So the thinner the pieces of granite are, the more sturdy the desk will be. I have a bunch more granite slabs over there. As far as positioning of the granite goes, I have this piece right here, which used to be one. I thought it'd be kind of cool to spread it out a little bit. And then as far as the rest of them goes, I kind of want to keep the same grain of the granite, even though these are entirely different chunks that have broken off. They have that dark streak kind of going left to right. I want to keep that kind of uniform throughout the table to keep a general theme of it. And then as I'm using my plunge router to cut out the holes, I have marked this with a pencil, and I've left a little piece of wood right here, so as I router out this space around here, this will keep the router steady and even with the top of the table, so I don't end up with uneven chunks at the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean later on. Now all I have to do is finish routering out the other slots for the other pieces of granite, and I'll figure out how to fill this gap between the granite and the wood. I've started to seal the blocks down into the wood. I've taken some liquid nails and some wood glue, and I've dripped it into the hole and then set the granite slabs on top of that to kind of seal it into the back of the wood. And then I started taking wood filler and putting it around the outside of the granite and the inside of the wood, and that's worked out pretty well so far. One thing that really helped me lay the wood filler in between the granite and the wood is when I started, I was using my finger and a knife and putting it in between, but it was spreading out too far in the wood, and I'm afraid that's going to look bad when I finally stain it. So what I did is I bought one of these dollar ketchup dispensers from Walmart and filled it up with the wood filler, and then I can take it and squeeze it into the crack between the granite and the wood, and that makes it a lot less messy. I also try to experiment with the liquid nails. Liquid nails says it's stainable, so we're going to find that out. I use these two front pieces entirely with liquid nails. So I'm going to take those and sand them down later, clean them up, and then we'll see how well they stain. What's nice with the wood filler though is that I can take it, and it's rough right now, but since as soon as it's going to dry, it leaves it a little bit tacky, and you can just tap it down into the hole and kind of clean up that hole a lot better than it would normally. One block left, and then I'll let it dry for a day and then stain it and see what happens. Let me talk a minute about the base that I'm using for the desk. It is a pipe base. Basically the whole thing is made out of pipes. So starting with this leg here, you can see I have the base, and then I have a T-joint after a 4-inch straight piece, and then that branches out. And I'm going to link all of the different parts of this base in the video description below. I'll put a link there to where all the parts are. So I have this bar right here, spaces the two legs, and then I have another T-joint up here that moves across, and a T-joint here that moves up. So there's a total 4 legs around the side, that you can see here, and then there's the one leg here up in the center that goes up towards the back, and that's where my monitor stand's going to be. So this adds another little bit of support in the center of the back of the desk, and I've put all of my weight on that, and it evenly distributes it down these legs over here, which is really nice. So the desk is going to be pretty darn sturdy. Another thing that's nice about the desk is that the garage floor isn't quite even. You can see that there's a little bit discrepancy between the concrete slabs, but at each of the joints you can see the base, the 4-inch piece, and the T-joint. You can screw it in a little bit more or a little bit less, and then the top will be exactly where you want it. So I learned a couple things while staining the top of this desk. Stain does stick to granite, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get that off. After I noticed that, I did switch around and start taping off the pieces of granite, so hopefully the rest of them won't end up quite as marked up. Now it's all uncovered and ready to be put in the office / my bedroom. So I'm getting the base of the table all screwed into place, and all of the tops are measured, so they're all the exact same height. So I'm pretty happy with how the desk turned out. I used 2 different types of granite just to kind of see how they would differ. So we have the white granite in the back, and that's just like a matte finish. It's not super glossy or anything, and I think it looks all right. But I actually prefer this darker granite right here that is super glossy. You can see the reflection of the light right there and the door frame. So I think having a bunch of super glossy pieces embedded in the wood would look really cool. The one thing that I would do different is I tried using liquid nails right here because it said it was stainable. It actually did not stain very well, and I don't like how it looks. I mean, it's not terrible, but where I use the wood filler, it blends in a lot easier with the granite. So next time I will use wood filler for all the granite pieces instead of liquid nails. So what's fun about this setup is I have my new desk here and I have my old desk here, and if you remember, this is the one I did the wireless charging through the bottom of the desk. I'll post a link for that video here as well. And so since it's right next to my bed, I can just take my phone, put it right on my desk, and have it wirelessly charged through the desk during the night. And this is also where I do all my phone repair videos as well. I'll set up my light box and put my camera mount and tripod here so I can film those videos right next to my editing station. So this is it. And as you can tell, it's pretty darn sturdy. Thanks Tom for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this project, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.